So the first type of food which decreases control pause very significantly is all kind of dairy products. So milk, yogurt, of course, ice cream, butter, all of it. Milk more than yogurt, for example, and ice cream much more than milk. But in general, dairy products decrease control pause. So Dr. Buteyko said for asthmatics, he said that if you have asthma and if you eat a dairy product, expect your body create an asthma attack within a half an hour after eating it. Also, you know, many people know that dairy products triggers excessive mucus production, but actually often it happens through the decrease of control pause, because mucus is another defense mechanism, right? It's how the body is trying to narrow airways. So a person eats dairy products, control pause goes down, the body starts generating mucus, narrowing airways and pushing a person to breathe less this way. Okay. So it is recommended in this method to stop eating all dairy products, at least for a while, you know, while you are working on your control pause. But the general approach is not to make it too difficult for you. So like to stop eating dairy products. But if you are really craving for a piece of butter or for yogurt or for something of that sort, just get it, you know, eat it, enjoy it. Make sure that you are able to maintain a decent control pause after it, maybe by doing breathing exercises, but then stop eating it again. So it's not too hard this way.
Now, Sasha, I have a question. Sorry to interrupt you, but some people ask me about raw dairy products versus conventional dairy products. Is one better than the other? Did Dr. Buteyko, was he referring to raw products?
Well, you know, presumably raw products are a little better, but it's really difficult to say, you know, exactly whether they're better or not. And also it's all individual. So another very important piece of information which you need to have is that you can actually measure the impact of any product on your breathing and health by measuring your control pause before and after eating that product. So if you see that it, you know, decreases your control pause significantly, that means it's a significant negative impact on your breathing and health. If it just a little bit and control pause goes up really fast, then it's nothing serious. So if you're not sure, like whether it's better to eat raw dairy products or not dairy or not raw products, then just try both and see how they impact your breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So what the recommendations regarding food, which we are going to give you today, Robert and I, are generic. So there are like general rules how it works regarding breathing. But within this method, everything is individual. So you might find that something doesn't work for you or something works differently. And it's fine, totally fine, for as long as it's supported by the measurements of your breathing. Okay? Some people say that chocolate is really bad for breathing. That's because some people who have asthma have a really bad reaction to chocolate. But some people who have asthma don't have any reaction to chocolate. So it could be both. It's an individual reaction. Okay.
Yeah, just to add to that, I wanted to mention that one of the general guidelines we talk about is reducing animal proteins, because Dr. Buteyko found that animal proteins tend to increase breathing. But I did my own experimentation. At a certain point, I actually experimented with eating a steak with butter on the steak. And I measured my control pause before and after, and I found that afterwards, my control pause actually increased. So going by what Sasha just said about measuring your control pause, for me at that time, that food was actually helping, or so it seemed from my measurements.
And that's why it's so all individual. Like, you know, imagine a person who eats excessively every day and who has a lot of extra weight, and he eats a lot of rich food every day. And so if this person drinks a glass of milk, it probably will decrease his control pause. But if we imagine, you know, a teenager who is really hungry, maybe, you know, he doesn't receive enough nutrition, and you know, he drinks a glass of milk and it gives him a lot of ingredients which his body needs, and that could have a positive impact on a person's health. So it's always individual.